This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies come superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's an Odyssey station. Yep. And if you haven't got the Odyssey app, oh man, look, we got a big weekend coming up where you'll be celebrating, barbecuing, and you're gonna need some good music. And Odyssey, the app has come up with some new curated stations, man. Just awesome music stations just for you.
Like I know my neighbor, they're planning a big weekend getaway. I see them all packing all their stuff. So big road trips are happening. And what better way to go on a road trip than listening to some of your favorite stuff from the 80s and early 90s, some of that glam metal, some of the just straight up great guitar riff rock. And it's called the Rock and Road Rock. And also,
Rock and Road Rock.
Maybe you're having a 4th of July party. You want things to be kind of cool and mellow, drinking some fancy drinks. You want some yacht rock? We've got the Jugger Yacht Rock station. Curated by Ryan Castle.
What?
Yeah. Because, he loves his Hall & Oates.
Yeah, he does.
Air Supply.
Oh, yeah.
And Journey.
Oh, yeah.
Journey Yacht Rock?
They really shouldn't be. They really shouldn't be. I'm sorry, but Air Supply, yes. Hall & Oates, unfortunately, they glide into that, but they really weren't.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
Because I don't like yacht rock. Sorry.
Bite your tongue.
I'm gonna bite something, I'll tell you. But there's a lot more stations too. If you don't like Jugger Yacht, there's a lot more curated stations for you. You got to download that Odyssey app. Get all the audio that matters to you. That's AUDACY Odyssey.
Let's play B Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. Everybody scream his name. B Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to be Migs, and it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, release that Kraken. Still on a high from yesterday's chat with Dave Haxtell, the coach of the Kraken. That was pretty awesome.
He basically all but confirmed that you are the backup to the backup to the backup.
Right. And I'm waiting for my letter.
I know you're going to get a letter and probably join veterans practice, like all that stuff.
Yeah,
like
I don't have to go to rookie camp. That's the most important part.
No rookie camp for Steve here.
I said it.
The letter is in the mail. I am sure you're going to get it.
I was playing some of the clips to D. Ted Smith on the Megacast, and we were both just laughing how I went from being prim and proper, like, hey, Coach, Dave Haxtell is joining us. And the minute I told him I was the backup to the emergency goalie, for the rest of the interview, I kept referring to him as Coach.
You did.
Yeah.
Like, I just completely abandoned Dave.
Yeah.
Mr. Haxtell, whatever. I was just like, hey, Coach. Like,
you got to put me in, man.
Yeah, well, you are the. You are really the first member of the, of the Seattle Kraken.
Whether or not they want to agree to that, or admit to it,
we have it. We have it on
proof.
recording.
Yeah, we have proof. And pictures.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Kevin in Bothell. Kevin, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning,
Kevin.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
those playing at home, sploosh. Kevin has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Kevin, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am indeed. I've only lost once to Steve Miggs. I'm going to crush him so bad, even his daughter will be embarrassed by it.
Wow.
That is, whoa, how about that?
Well, here's a tall order. In which musical did a man named Seymour have to feed people to a plant?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes. Which Ant-Man star was also Josh in the 90s movie Clueless?
Pass.
What gas makes up most of the atmosphere of Mars?
Hydrogen.
No.
Nitrogen.
No.
Oxygen.
No. Star Ruby and Texas Ruby Red are varieties of what fruit?
Grapefruit.
Yes.
Grapefruit.
Vodka, ginger beer, and lime juice make up what cocktail?
Pass.
On Mount Rushmore, which one of the presidents is wearing a jacket?
Washington.
Yes.
Lincoln.
Jennifer Garner stars in the 2004 movie titled 13 Going on What?
30.
Yes. Who was the front woman of the new wave punk band Blondie?
Not Benatar. Darn it. I can picture her. Does that count?
No.
Oh, pass.
Waited too long on that one. Kevin, you got 4 correct.
Oh, you are not winning today, sir.
Oh, man.
I mean, unless Steve has a meltdown, which I can't imagine I know he's going to at least get 4 of these.
Yeah, talking a big game, and that might have jinxed you there, buddy.
Wow, yeah.
I'm even staring at a quirky keyboard just in case you had one of those dumb questions.
You were prepared like I was prepared for Wheel of Fortune. I managed.
Wow.
I was like, I'm going to go in there. I'm just going to guess N, and it'll work because N is the most frequently used letter, and then it didn't happen.
I'd like to buy an O.
And O's as well.
Yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an optimist, so I'm going to hang on the phone.
All right, then. He's holding out hope.
I just want to give a quick shout out to one texter that just texted and said, my car says 69 degrees, Miggs. It's going to be a good day.
Nice.
Well, that means you got to drive 69 miles per hour at some point.
Yeah.
What?
Right? Then everything is perfect.
Already.
Perfectly aligned.
Perfectly nice.
Are you ready?
Release the Kraken.
In which musical did a man named Seymour have to feed people to a plant?
Sigmund the Sea Monster?
No.
That's it.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
There you go.
Which Ant-Man star was also Josh in the 90s movie Clueless?
Paul Rudd.
Yes. What gas makes up the most of the atmosphere of Mars?
Unleaded.
No.
No.
You dork.
That's a good one.
Butane.
No.
That's it.
Methanol? No.
Yes.
Star Ruby and Texas Ruby Red are varieties of what fruit?
Apple.
No.
Cherries.
No.
Peach.
No. Vodka, ginger beer, and lime juice make up what cocktail?
Moscow Mule.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
On Mount Rushmore, which one of the presidents is wearing a jacket?
Roosevelt.
No.
Lincoln.
No.
Washington.
Yes. Jennifer Garner starred in the 2004 movie titled 13 Going on What?
30.
Yes.
Good movie.
Who was the front woman for the new wave punk band Blondie?
Debbie Harry.
Yes.
Nice.
Princess Diana's title was Princess of where?
Yorkshire.
No.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You win! 6-4. Kevin's
sorry,
hubris
Kevin.
was his downfall.
Yeah, he was. It was going to crush you so hard, your daughter would feel it.
He said that?
He did, and then he lost.
That backfired.
Yeah. Kevin, any final words before we still continue to laugh at you?
He'd only beat me once before, and now I'm 0-2, but life goes on.
Wait. Oh, wow, was that was
leading-
clickbait right there.
Yeah, he was like, he as you walked out, he was like, Steve's only beaten me once before.
I love
I'm going to
this guy.
crush him. We figured maybe, he's probably maybe like 3-1 or something like that. No, now he's 0-2.
Well,
I
you know
admire your game, sir. Yeah,
Thank you today.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a great one, my friend.
I am going to remember that when I am 0-1 in anything, or even 0-2. He's only beat me a couple of times before. I've had his number. He's only beat me twice.
That'd be like the Mariners, like the big press conference, tough slump to start the season. Like, look, we've only lost 3 times this season. Well, you've only played 3 games.
Well, don't bring it up, sir. Don't bring it up.
One of the ones that you did not get correct, Kevin did. Star Ruby and Texas Ruby Red are both grapefruits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody know the gas that makes up most of the atmosphere of Mars?
Is it carbon D?
Yeah, the carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
It's not good for us.
So
I love when he answered.
Is the best answer ever. Someone just texted.
Unleaded is great. And then coming second is our boy who said oxygen, which, hey, we would have been on Mars a lot sooner if it was oxygen as the main gas.
Between the two of you, gosh.
Yeah, that was great stuff.
Does anybody know the title of Princess Diana, her official title?
I do believe she was the Princess of Wales.
Yeah, Wales.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And was it her birthday recently? Is this why she's in the news? I think it would have been her 60th.
Yeah, it was her birthday today.
There we go.
Or yesterday. It was one of those days.
Well, you know what? You did a good job, though. You know, it was a timely question.
Thank you very much. And congratulations, Steve. You won.
Good job, Stevie.
Thank you.
All right, so this is a tough weekend for folks that have dogs. I understand it. I can appreciate it because it's tough to see your animals suffer. Even though I do not like dogs, I still hate to see any creature suffer. And fireworks really do take it out on them. The Blue Angels also used to take it out on my dog. And as much as I didn't like my dog, it was brutal when they flew overhead because she didn't deal with it very well.
We've been fortunate.
And fireworks the same way
with Lulu, even with Lucy too. Like we always make it a habit. Like there's our tradition on the 4th of July. We go somewhere like West Seattle, Green Lake, Chambers Bay, somewhere with like a long walk. And we just go on a very long walk with our dog to tire her out for the rest of the day.
Oh, good call.
And I fingers crossed it continues to work well, but we've never had an issue with any of our dogs like being affected by the fireworks. And it's just like, every once in a while, like something like it'll sound like a bomb just went outside our house and like she'll pop her head up like, what the F was that? But she won't like freak out or start shaking. It's been, and I do attribute it to the fact that I think she's just so tired from walking all day that she's just like, I'm too tired for this S. And she sleeps through it for the most part.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I'm a little nervous this year though with baby Tatum. Last year it wasn't so much of an issue because she was so tiny, and I don't think things really like she just slept through everything. This year will be an interesting one. Like we're already kind of like, oh boy, here we go.
Well, see, because it could go either way, and you hope it goes the good way, like she really digs it, but she also could not dig it.
Oh, we hope she just sleeps right through it.
Oh, I hadn't even thought
about talking about because she goes to bed around like 7:00.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, that, oof.
We haven't got to the point where we hope at some point she'll enjoy like the little fireworks. Like, that'd be fun to set off in front of her, but like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But, it's typically a war zone in Puyallup.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. Well, all right. Good luck to you, sir.
All right.
I'll be thinking about you because really, almost everybody loves fireworks. So that's only 8% of Americans actually say that they hate fireworks, which I gotta be thinking it's because of the other stuff in their life. Like, maybe the kids can't sleep, the dogs are having an issue, the pets. I mean, otherwise, how can you hate fireworks?
You have a family member that's a military vet. A lot of people I've had people in my life that I've known that like Vietnam vets, and 4th of July is like the worst day ever. Like they'll hold themselves up somewhere because of the sounds.
That's what I'm thinking. It's got to be something like that.
Yeah.
It has to be. 75% of people actually said they either love fireworks, they either like or love fireworks. So that's a lot of people. 12% said they mostly dislike them. So it's not a hate thing. And of course, like I said, 8% of Americans I hate them all the way. And of course, you got the 4% that don't know, which is so fascinating to me. I don't know if I like fireworks or not. I want to be that person that they just don't have an opinion about something like that. Like you figure you could go, oh yeah, they're okay or they're not okay. But these people go, I don't know.
You know what? Whenever we do these surveys, we always goof on the don't know or like I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm kind of in that category with this one. Like I don't hate fireworks. I'm not one that gets excited about fireworks. Personally, I love looking at fireworks on Facebook when people film them on their cell phone. That's my favorite.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were being facetious. I completely, I gullibilized myself into that one.
But I've never been like as a kid, I was a big fireworks fan, but as an adult, it's never done something for me. I'm not like someone that's like, oh, you're an idiot for doing it. Like people love fireworks and that's cool, but like, and when I see them in the sky, I'm like, all right, that's cool. But like when the Mariners do their big fireworks show, to me, it's like, yeah, have fun sticking around. I'm getting out of here before parking gets crazy. Like, it doesn't really do anything for me.
I know that is always the tough part for me. Like, do I stay or do I go? And then I think, well, If everybody's like Steve, then I get a great fireworks show, and I get to leave and not have a whole lot of jamming.
Someone says, I love fireworks, but I hate idiots who set fires. That's a good one.
Living in Tacoma, I made sure we have hoses for the front and the back, and I'm going to be making sure to water down my roof because, you know what? I don't want my house to catch fire.
Oh, look at you. You're going to be super prepared.
Yeah, need to be.
All right. This is a shocking part of this survey. Turns out that young people like fireworks more than older people. Had no idea.
Shocker. Wait, you're telling me older people probably want to go to bed and not hear fireworks all night?
I can't believe it.
Crazy.
That is some crazy ass. He is one of the stars of the new Boss Baby movie, and I don't think we've ever had him on. Have we, Steve?
No.
Oh, my God. So it is. All right. I'm so happy that my memory is correct on this one. This is the first time we're going to have him on the show. Alec Baldwin will join us at 7:19 on The Rock.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
The world needed a safer trampoline. Dr. Keith Alexander, inventor of the Spring-Free Trampoline, wanted to bring the joy of trampolining to his daughter. His wife said they were too dangerous, so he invented his own. Spring-Free Trampoline is the world's safest trampoline, with no springs or hard edges. Now, parents can have peace of mind that their kids are outside jumping safely. To learn more, visit springfreetrampoline.com.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
BJ, I'm very excited to talk to our next guest. He's part of an awesome new movie that we got to see ahead of time, and it's out tomorrow. It's called The Boss Baby, Family Business. Please welcome to the show, Alec Baldwin.
Alec, good to have you on.
Oh, you guys in a nice air-conditioned space, I hope?
Oh, dude. Yes, thankfully.
Yeah.
It's been insane over here.
My daughter moved to Portland about a year ago, and she's been, she travels back to L.A. every now and then, but she's living up in Portland. And outside of Portland, she had a house with a friend, and she told me it's just not to be believed, just unbelievable.
Yeah, they're saying parts of people's homes are melting because they're not just adjusted and equipped for something like that. It was like a 30-degree swing in temperature. It's insane.
Now, each of you, I'm interested to find out how you are. What's your thermal index, if you will? Me, I love it cold. I love winter. I love the cold. If I'm too hot, I want to kill myself. You know, I just can't.
Dude, I had the same conversation last night. I was like, I'm fine with being cold. I'm miserable hot. Our house, and I battled that with my wife, though, because she likes it a little bit warmer. And so I'm like, I just do not like it hot in the house.
Yeah, I'm the exact opposite of you guys because I lived in the cold my whole life and it was so miserable. I always looked at those Beach Boys albums and said, someday I'm going to get out there and live that life. So even when it gets massively hot like that, and I spent some time living in Arizona, I would never want to go back to the extreme cold of like upstate Western New York. So I'm a little different than you two.
I really don't. I really do not like the heat, and we're out here on the island where it's been not too bad. But I mean, when you describe to me what's going on there, I mean, like a lot of people, when there's wildfires or extreme weather, it's the animals that I really, really worry about as well.
That was a big part of why I got air conditioning in my house. It was, of course, it's nice for us adults, but I have a puppy and a dog, and I was just like, I don't feel right, like, leaving her in the hot house when we're not around. And, you got a fan set up, but it's not like she knows just to hang out by the fan.
Right. My daughter posted a picture in her house in Portland of her dog lying on the floor, and she took all the frozen peas out of the refrigerator and put the frozen food on top of the dog.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's.
Hey, Alec, I got to ask you, if your daughter's living in Oregon, have you been to Voodoo Donuts then?
No, have I been to Voodoo Donuts?
It's an iconic donut shop in Portland.
Is it really? Well, I'm trying to get my blood sugar down, so
stay away from there.
Donuts are not on the menu right now, but but I must say, when I go see her there, I will certainly rush on over to Voodoo Donuts.
You'll have to wait in line. It's a long line. Although, you know what? I feel like they might give a pat. They're like, it's Alec Baldwin. All right, come on, skip the line.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Voodoo Donuts.
Yeah, if you ever have a cheat day, I mean, I think a lot of donut shops, have popped up that copied what Voodoo used to do. Voodoo did the first, and they're the ones that just made all the crazy toppings and would put like Captain Crunch and all sorts of ridiculous things on top of donuts. They were the first ones that I know of that ever did it, and then the rest of the nation sort of copied that. And they're a funky little shop, as Portland is known to have, very weird looking shop. And so, yeah, if you have a cheat day, Alec, I know what it's like to try to like get the blood sugar down and just like broccoli your way, hopefully, to health. So if you ever have a cheat day, that is a place.
Dude, I'm looking at the picture of your daughter's dog. This is the most epic picture on Instagram.
Oh, it is. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is. Well, you know what though? That's a great pet owner right there. Because honestly.
You put the word voodoo in front of anything. Voodoo pizza, voodoo ice cream. I'm there. Yeah. Voodoo is an invitation.
Well, listen, Alec, we would be remiss. It's our job to help you promote this really, really good movie, The Boss Baby Family Business. Usually when, you got a sequel, you wonder, okay, is it going to be as good as the original? And man, Alec, I mean, look, I'm 60 years old. I would like to think that you wouldn't have me bawling my eyes out during a darn movie, but man, this hit me right, this hit me right in a spot, especially, a guy like my age can kind of have what was going on between a couple of the characters in that movie, between you and your brother character. Wow, I did not expect this to hit me the way it did. Very funny, very entertaining, but also a lot of the feels.
Well, I think that, you want to have, kids want movies with pace. You see these films and they pace them up. And at my age, I watch these films and I'm going to get whiplash watching these films.
It's so true.
Kids, that's what they want, is they want that kind of amusement park ride of a film. But at the same time, it's got to have some kind of a story, which means it's got to have some kind of heart. And I'm glad that we got all the people we got who are wonderful actors. We had Jimmy Marsden play my brother, and we again, just like the last time we did the film, the first one, we got very lucky with the casting.
Oh, and critic response is always important. And my daughter is the ultimate critic. She's a year and a half, and I put the movie on, and we always know it's something that she's interested in because she stops trying to look for the mop in our pantry and she'll actually like suck her thumb and stare at the TV. Dude, it was the most peaceful time. She just sat back and enjoyed the movie. Tatum approves. She's only a year and a half, but she's a tastemaker.
Yeah, well, I'm very lucky because the thing that I've seen over the years is that the technology is so advanced now. When I was a kid, people loved the old Disney legacy, all the hand-drawn cells.
Yeah.
And those films. But now, because you can do anything, the question becomes, what do you got? What ideas do you have? Can your imagination keep up with the technology? Mm-hmm. And the people that I've worked with, the answer is yes. I mean, these guys are the best. They got a group of men and women doing the illustrations who are just phenomenal. So, I mean, I consider myself very lucky that they've invited me to come back.
Alec, again, it's the Boss Baby Family Business is out in theaters and streaming on Peacock Premium tomorrow, which if you have Peacock Premium, oh my, that's going to be a hell of a deal for you because some of the movies that have been released on some of these premium networks, you go, oh, okay, I guess I can see why they've released them on the premium networks. This one here, though, man, oh man, you get your money's worth. Of course, if you see it in the theater, to see it on the big screen, because like Alex said, there's a lot of roller coaster ride type stuff that go on in this where the pacing is amazing. And still, like you said, Alec, you still found room in the midst of all of that pacing to actually get heart in there. And that's not easy to do when you've got the frenetic scenery that, has to go in today's kind of movies.
Well, I think that of course, there was a normal that we lived with for a long time with going to the theater, and the streaming thing was a clear second. And now with the case of Boss Baby, the sequel, I'm glad that they're streaming the film because, of course, we want everybody to watch it on a big screen. That's always best. But our Fast and the Furious came out and did very, very well. But that's not our demographic. We have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And can't ask parents to bring their unvaccinated children if they don't want to. So the fact that it's in the theater and streaming, I was not completely signed on to the streaming thing at first, and now I realize that it's a very good idea,
Well, Alec, I know we have to let you go, but I will tell you this, man. I would love to have any time to chat with you about just the business, because, just hearing you now, there's a lot of, fascinating questions I'd love to ask you just about a lot of what you've been through, a lot of how the business is.
And I want a review of the Voodoo Donuts when you go get it.
Of course, yeah. Anytime you just want to chat about anything, you know what? You've got an open door here on the show. It's been great having you on.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You guys stay safe, and we'll talk to you down the road.
All right, take care. Again, the movie is The Boss Baby, Family Business, out in theaters and streaming on Peacock Premium tomorrow.
I'm glad you dug it, man. I really enjoyed watching that movie.
It was a fun flick. And like you, Steve, I hadn't seen the first one. So it makes me want to go back and see the first one because, I really didn't have kids, didn't have grandkids. And so I saw all the previews for it and it looked funny and I've seen bits and pieces. But I was like, oh, yeah, it looks cute. But then watching this one, I was like, oh man, I got to go back and see the story of of Ted and see how it all began. So again, Boss Baby, the family business, and it's got a great cast, a lot of good people in that. Jimmy Kimmel, did you know he was in it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
I didn't realize that was him.
Yep.
I had no idea that was
Lisa
him.
Kudrow, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, Jeff was so good. Mm-hmm. He plays the characters he plays so damn well, so good. Here's a question for you. Why would a woman wear the same Hawaiian shirt for over 260 work meetings in a row? You're going to find out. You'll hear from her after Lincoln Park on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a woman who just revealed that she wore the same Hawaiian shirt to 264 work Zoom meetings in a row, and nobody noticed.
I love this woman.
Wow, that's wild. And here she is explaining why she did this.
Wouldn't it be funny if I wore this shirt again? That'd be a funny joke and everyone would say something and no one said anything. And then I thought, well, I'm going to keep doing this until someone notices. And no one ever noticed. 264 meetings. I had some real ups and downs. Like, this is really funny. And I'd be like, oh, I'm still wearing this. And then it'd be funny again. I was like, so by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been wearing this shirt to every video meeting that we've had since last April. And they had no idea. They were like, that shirt? I was like, yes, the shirt that I'm wearing right now, yes.
I feel like somebody might have known, was just like, do we say something? Or is she like hard times and she can't afford anything else to wear?
I will say this. It depends on how many people are at that meeting.
Oh, yeah, if you got like 15 people and it's just a bunch of little tiles?
Yeah, I really believe that's why. Even, I've been at meetings with say 6 tiles. And if you're doing it on a laptop, you get to see more. But if you're doing it on, or if you've got the view where it just focuses on the speaker, you may never even know, you just may never see anybody but the one speaking, especially if you're doing it on a phone or on a tablet. It's you don't get as many frames in there. So you go, the hell with it. I'll just I'll focus on the speaker.
And to be perfectly honest, I would just assume that it was like a new Zoom filter or something or
Hawaiian shirt filter.
Yeah. Or just like wearing a green shirt and it just happens to be that every time. Like if I noticed it, I really wouldn't care that much.
I think that's the problem is who really cares what you're wearing?
Well, I love it because it's just like, I totally, how great is it that she doesn't have to worry about what to wear every day? She's like, yeah, I know exactly, because I did that for a while. I was like in my little Steve Jobs phase, minus being financially secure and wearing turtlenecks. But I liked his mentality of going to work every day wearing the same thing. And his whole philosophy was, why do I want to waste my morning waste my decision-making thoughts on what to wear. I'll just wear the exact same thing every day. Grant, like, you didn't have one of that thing. You probably had multiple turtlenecks. I had like this one gray like hoodie, thin shirt that I could wear at any point, and it was comfortable, and I had like 4 of them. And I just wore them every day for over a year. And minus like some of my times when we do like our little like, hey, let's wear this shirt or this, and it was so great because it's just like, I don't even have to think about it. I looked through my closet, I just grabbed that same shirt and put it on. It's clean. And it was so nice.
That's what I love about T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know the T-shirts you love, and you just put them, you got your T-shirt collection, you just grab the next one up. It's either easy. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, I think she should just do it forever. Just be the Hawaiian shirt woman.
Why not? Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. I don't know if you've seen this video that's being shared of someone whose chair broke during a Zoom meeting, and it sent her tumbling to the floor. But that's all. That always makes for a good meeting.
And I'll probably go down to Jersey where my uncle lives and stay and hang out with him for a bit.
Are you okay?
Oh, no.
Charlotte, what happened?
Kyle, are you recording this? The chair just broke.
Desperately hope so. Yeah. It's recorded.
All right, I'm going to get another chair. Be right back.
Wow.
I love her first thought was, please tell me you recorded that. I respect that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And yes, they did, because we are enjoying it as we speak.
Wow.
Oh, that's epic. That's good. That's much better than the Hawaiian shirt situation.
Oh, just have your chair break on you while you're doing a meeting?
Yeah. See, that I'll notice. I'm not going to notice what you're wearing. It's just, unless it's a really big screen and maybe there's only like 4 people in the meeting. Otherwise, I am not going to know what you're wearing. I'm just not going to pay attention.
Dude, it's anytime I have to do a Zoom meeting at home, it's just like, it's the wild, wild west. I don't know what, like, depending on what time the meeting is, I always agree to certain things. I'm like, yeah, sure. But like, in my head, I'm like, well, that's around the time that Tatum is like, taking a nap or something. And then, of course, it's the day where she doesn't want to take a nap. So she's like screaming in the background. So now I'm playing like the mute game. Like I recently just did like an interview for a wrestling podcast. And while they're asking me a question, I had to unmute myself. And she's just talking and won't stop talking. And it's just so great. I kept going out to find the clip of it. It's kind of funny. It was on the People's L podcast, and couple local guys that do a really fun wrestling podcast. And as I'm trying to answer the first question they ask me, and she's just like in the background going, la, 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 la. And I'm like, that's my daughter answering the question.
There you go. Pretty much, that's what she's saying.
Speak to my spokesperson, please.
Right, she'll answer these questions. Or like someone makes a weird noise in the house, or if like the oven makes a sound, Lulu starts barking, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
The biggest one was like, I remember I was like just panic mode because of I did New Day Northwest, and that one, you're on video and it's for their TV show,
right?
And here I am, and I'm trying to like be all like like have a nice background of our house. I'm trying to make it look nice. And then all of a sudden, I just hear Tatum starting to rev up, like here comes a meltdown.
Oh, boy.
Thank God for Sid. She kind of acknowledged what was about to happen and just kind of grabbed her and went upstairs.
Nice.
Wow.
Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters are not only putting out a disco record, but Dave just admitted that he owes his entire career to disco. How so? Well, Dave's going to tell you. You'll hear from him at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. And thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. we're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.